The two-man crew of Julius, triple-double Randle, and RJ Barrett, a.k.a. Broadway Barrett, the 9 God, would dominate and put this thing away. Knicks win 119-97. RJ Barrett, career-high 32 points. Julius Randle, triple-double. And Knicks get a bounce-back win, much-needed bounce-back win.
Listen, RJ, my 9 God, he came to ball out. He came to prove a point tonight, or today rather. This game was just impeccable from him. 50% from the three, over 50 from the field. He just really showed that he is trying to be, and he is going to be the face of this franchise, one of the faces of this franchise. Also, look, we're going to get, like I always say, we're going to get some inconsistency from RJ as he's continuing to develop his game, as he's continuing to become the player that I think he's going to be once he gets that 25, 26 range, when players, quote unquote, start to hit their prime. We're starting to see that in bits and pieces. But here's the thing. When the defense is clicking, when the lanes open up on the offense, you really get to see RJ shine. I mean, his three-point game, his mid-range game is really starting to develop.
Tibbs, like you mentioned, he made the change. He made that rotational change where not only did he start in that second half, but he let him play over 22, 23 minutes at most. He played 33 minutes tonight, and that's all I've been asking for. I understand we're undermanned. I get that, but we got a lot out of those 33 minutes from the 56% from the field. You know what I'm saying? 21 points plus 16. Like, Immanuel Quickley was just all over the place. You saw the camaraderie between him and RJ Barrett.
And IQ came in. He started that third quarter, picked up full court, got a strip steal in the full court, got it to RJ for and one. Okay. And RJ and then, as you said, Ash, all the time, you know, having that floor spacer for RJ, that's what IQ can give you, being that floor spacer for RJ and Julius. So great game by IQ all the way around, man. You know, people are going to ask now, you know, should he be starting? Or I still think I would still lean D Rose just for that experience. And when you come up against better teams, you're going to need somebody with a little bit more experience in terms of running the offense. But IQ still needs that look. You know, it's Peyton that you want to, you know, move further down the rotation, move further down the bench. IQ has to be there, especially in those moments when you need his scoring. And I thought Tibbs, for an extended period of time, went with a lineup of IQ, RJ, Alec Burks, Julius, and Taj. In that third quarter, he went with them for quite some time in that rotation to give Julius and RJ some floor spacers out there. RJ with 13 points in that quarter. They would end up blowing that open in the third. And you know, Burks and IQ, the two key pieces to me for that bench, really gave us some punch in the offense. Burks 15 points, 6 of 18 from the field, and IQ 21 points, 9 of 16 from the field, 3 of 8 from downtown. So it was a great job by the two of them. Because look, even though the Thunder are a shorthanded team, it's still an NBA team, and they're not a bad defensive team. Triple-double for Julius Randle, 26 points, 12 dimes, 12 boards. How about this stat? The first time that a Knick has had 2 triple-double games since Mark Jackson. Whoa. Crazy. Whoa. I mean, when you talk about the fact that the Knicks haven't had a point guard in ages, you look at that stat. That's the stat right there.
Didn't even come from a point guard.
And it didn't even come from a point guard. But just an overall playmaker, and that's what Julius has been. You know, he's made up for the lack of consistent playmaking on this team, and once again settled in. You know, it's a big difference when you don't have the Greek freak on top of you and Milwaukee's defense.
Right.
And you know, 26 points, 12 assists, 12 boards, 8 of 15 from the field, 3 of 6 from downtown. And once again, it's his three-point shooting and his playmaking that has been the biggest difference maker from this team. And if you go to, I think I was on Cleaning the Glass, if you look at his assist to usage ratio, that's measuring how much of his team's buckets that he assists on based on how much he has the ball. Last year, he was in the 50th percentile amongst his position. This year, he's in the 86th. So he's at the top of the league, man. That's really a true difference in his game and the improvements in this game year over year, man. Tibbs wanted this game. We needed this game, and we could not afford to start the third quarter the same way we started the first. And so he went with IQ. IQ had the hot hand going into the half, and he went with IQ. I thought that was the adjustment that you want to make. And IQ, as soon as he got in, he was hungry. Picked up full court. Ends up forcing a turnover on the second possession. You know, he got them going. He was an outlet for RJ and Julius. So I don't mind that. And I understand where Frank has been in terms of Tibbs' view of him. It's been consistent all year. You know what I mean? When Frank has been healthy, for the most part, he has not been in the rotation until guys went down. So I didn't really mind it, honestly. You got to do what you got to do.
It's not a good position to put yourself in, that when you have the opportunity to showcase what you can do, you choose not to. It's not good for you to put yourself in a position where you basically were thrust into the lineup because of circumstances. You have the opportunity to show you deserve to be here, and you are very hot and cold. It's just not beneficial to Frank, especially if he wants to go ahead and continue to be a New York Knick. And I don't know what that's going to look like moving forward, because he's not doing himself any favors. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens to him once Peyton does become available again. I think I already know what's going to happen, but it's going to still be interesting to see it actually unfold the way I think I know it's going to unfold. So
this game was really a must win. You know, we got Brooklyn coming up. And, you know, it was good to see that the team defense really stepped up. You know, OKC shot 25% from the three-point range, so it was good to see that. But obviously, Brooklyn is a different animal coming up, so we definitely got to keep that defense up. But I think, honestly, we should keep Quickley on the bench, because I honestly think Derrick Rose is getting ready to start, because we just look different, whether if it's Rose or it's Quickley. We just look like a whole different team on the court, because we're able to run down the court, you know, be aggressive. So, you know, I'm just hoping that we stick to that. But, you know, Tibbs is really, you know, stubborn with his lineup. But the one thing I got to say, bro, is R.J. Barrett. This boy is balling, you know. He shot 50% from the field, 50 from three. And let me tell you something, bro. Like, if he keeps playing like this, his potential is unlimited. You know, all these players, you know, they want to hop on Brooklyn and the Lakers. Let me tell you something, man. It ain't nothing like New York, baby. I'm trying to tell you, and we on the rise, baby.
Sky's the limit for the 9 guy, man. Sky's the limit, and it's just it's a pleasure to see. It's a pleasure to see his growth in that second year, because last year he struggled, man. You know, last year he struggled with his efficiency, but the 3-point numbers is really what shoots out.
Yeah. Right before that, we all know, and it's the story that every Knicks fan brings up. You know that was when he was just getting ready to finally figure it out, coming off of that injury. So it's just like, who knows if we could have seen this start at this point, or like in the second half of last season. So I just feel bad for the kid, but I'm glad that he's turning around.
I thought he was finishing strong coming into this game. He was in the last 26 games, he's averaging 16 and 5, 48% from the field, 46% from downtown, 75% from the free throw line. Shoot numbers is getting there, man. Remember he started the year off dropping 21 straight threes, missing 21 straight threes rather. You know, this dedication, man, his mental toughness, his work ethic. Like Tibbs said, he's got the shooting drills right in front of the coach's office. RJ has said he wants to be a reliable option for his team down the stretch. He felt those bench, you know, those late game benches by Tibbs. He felt that.
Quickley could be the point guard if this offense runs through Julius Randle. And yeah, I know that they kind of shut him down against that San Antonio shut him down. But I'd like to see him and Quick on the court at the same time, with the offense running mostly through Julius, and see how that works. Just to see how that works, because they need floor spacers. Him and RJ, they need floor spacers, and you know, without that, man, it's just a problem. And you know, even though D Rose picks up the pace, his outside game is spotty sometimes.
Yeah, it is.
I'm just curious. I'm just interested to see them do that. You know.
Yeah. Agreed, man. And ideally, wherever they go, if they start quickly, great. If they don't, you maybe see him close. You know, because what we have seen with D Rose is, even though he does give us a shot in the arm, he seems to have he breaks down later in games. Just general observation from his, you know, the couple games that he's been in. Seems to, you know, he starts off well and then kind of tapers off near the end. So maybe he gets you the start, and maybe IQ gets you the close, and you get the best of both worlds. So I think the overall point is, move Peyton down. move Peyton down the list. That's just what it is, man.
On RJ, man, so
JJ bringing the
this
smoke
kid's
today.
getting better every game. I didn't expect this. I honestly didn't. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Especially the second year, the way his jump shot's improving. Well, his defense wasn't bad last year, but his defense is way better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if he continues to hit this jump shot, it's just going to open up the rest of his game. The post-up, the mid-range, it's going to open up everything for him. And then last thing, and just real quick on I agree with what you guys were saying. The playoffs, to me, it's not like, it would be cool, yeah, but it's not like do or die. If we get in the play-in and we lose to the 7 or 8 seed, or we just miss the play-in and get the 11 seed, and we get in the lottery, I'm good with it, man. You know, we hope you get some luck in the lottery.
Yeah.
You know, hope you hit on the pick. You hope the Mavs get back to losing ways. Let's go Denver tonight. I hope they beat the Mavs tonight.
Let's go.
I think we're in good shape regardless, man. So
Appreciate it.
Except for the most hopeful I've been in a pretty long time for the Knicks. So.